God bless this honorable commission.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everybody. The prayer and the pledge and invocation will be done by District 8. If you will, bow with me. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the opportunity to gather together in this courthouse and conduct business on behalf of the Putnam County citizens. Lord, we ask that you just be with us, be with our hearts and our minds as we continue to serve the public and have your will as our best interest as always. I thank you for our public safety officers here. We thank you for all the employees and officials that are here and all the citizens, Lord, and just ask that you be upon them and bless them. We ask that you would do all this in your Son, Jesus Christ's will, in his name. Amen.
Amen. Will you join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Hey, boss.
All right, Mr. Clerk, when you're ready, will you please call the roll?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, take your handsets. Everybody press yes and just stop right there for me. Press yes and stop right there. Before you go any further, hand me Vinny's handset, please. Commissioner Cinto. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Now press confirm for me, if you would, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, please press confirm. Mr. Chairman, we have 23 present and 1 absent. I declare that there is a quorum. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Item number 5, approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Have a motion second. Any changes to the agenda? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda has been approved. Item number 6, approval of the minutes of the previous meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion is second. Any changes to the previous minutes? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes. Item number 7, unfinished business and action thereon by the board. Report of standing committees. Planning Committee,
No unfinished business.
Fiscal Review Committee,
No unfinished business.
and Nominating Committee.
No unfinished business.
Thank you all. Report of special committees. Finance Committee recommends accepting banking bid from First Freedom Bank.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, every 6 years the county has to bid out the banking for the county, for the trustee's office, with who we write all our checks through and who provides us interest back on our surplus funds, on our reserves. We did that, and First Freedom Bank was the highest as far as interest goes and the lowest on fees. They were the current bank that we were already doing business for. So Finance Committee met, and we recommend that you approve us going with First Freedom again, staying with them for the next 6 years on the banking bid.
Motion to approve. Second.
All right, I have a motion to second. We need to do a roll call for this one since it's money. Yeah. Any discussion? Mr. Clerk, when you're ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, take your handsets. If you're in favor of the motion, vote yes. If you're not in favor of the motion, vote no. Everyone, please vote. Stop right there. All votes are in. Anyone wish to change your vote anywhere? Now, please press confirm for me, if you would, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody, press confirm. Mr. Chairman, 23 voting yes, 0 no, 1 absent, and the roll is called. Declare that motion to have passed.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Item 7C, other unfinished business. All right, moving on to 8. New business and action thereon by the board. Report of standing committees. Planning Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Item A on the Planning Committee recommends approval of the following equipment to be transferred from the Solid Waste Department to Putnam County Parks and Recreation Department as follows: 2018 Chevy Silverado, and I so move.
Second.
All right, we have a motion second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Planning Committee recommends approval of the Road Committee's recommendation at 25 miles per hour speed limit proposal for Madel Road, and I so move.
Second.
We have a motion second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion passes.
That concludes planning.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Number 2, Fiscal Review Committee.
Thank you. Item A recommends approval of budget amendments to the county general fund, and I so move. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mr. Clerk, when you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, take your handsets. If you favor the motion, vote yes. If not in favor of the motion, vote no. Everyone, please vote. Stop right there. All votes are in. Anyone wish to change their vote anywhere? Now, please press confirm for me, if you would, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody press confirm. You're doing great. Thank you so much. Is it yours? Is that yours? Mr. Chairman, we have 23 voting yes, 0 no, 1 absent. Declare the motion to have passed.
Item B recommends approval of budget amendments to the Parks and Recreation Fund, and I so move. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mr. Clerk?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, take your handsets. Once again, if you favor the motion, vote yes. If you're not in favor of the motion, vote no. Everyone, please vote. Stop right there. Wait just a second. Waiting on one more. There we go. All those who wish to change their vote anywhere, please press confirm now, if you would, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Mr. Chairman, of 23 voting yes, 0 no, 1 absent. Motion carries.
Thank you. Item C recommends approval of budget amendments to the General Purpose School Fund, and I so move. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mr. Clerk, whenever you're ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, take your handsets. If you favor the motion, vote yes. If you're not in favor of the motion, vote no. Everyone, please vote. All votes are in. Anyone wish to change their vote anywhere, please press confirm. Now, if you would, ladies and gentlemen, everybody press confirm. Mr. Chairman, of 23 voting yes, 0 no, 1 absent. Motion carries.
Thank you. Item D recommends approval of budget amendments to the Road Department Fund, and I so move. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mr. Clerk, whenever you're ready.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you favor the motion, vote yes. If you're not in favor of the motion, vote no. Everyone, please vote. Stop right there. All votes are in. Anyone wish to change their vote anywhere? Now, please press confirm for me, if you would, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody press confirm. You're doing great. Thank you so very much. Doing awesome. Mr. Chairman, with 23 voting yes, 0 no, 1 absent, I declare the motion to have passed.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Item E recommends approval of the health, dental, and vision renewal with Blue Cross with a 2% increase on just the health insurance, and I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Mr. Clerk, whenever you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, take your handsets. If you favor the motion, vote yes. If not in favor of the motion, vote no. Everyone, please vote. Stop right there. All votes are in. Anyone wish to change their vote anywhere, please press confirm for me now, if you would, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody press confirm. Mr. Chairman, 23 voting yes, 0 no, 1 absent. My roll was called. Motion carries.
Thank you. That concludes fiscal review.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Item 3, Nominating Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item A recommends the reappointment of Sullivan Smith, M.D., as medical examiner for a 2-year term to expire April of 2026, and I so move.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion on the appointment? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion passes.
Thank you. B, recommends approval of request from Assessor of Property Steve Pierce to appoint the following to the County Board of Equalization for 2-year terms to expire April of 2026. Arlene Bush from the south, Gary Bush from the north, Ronnie LaFever from the west, Brian Eads from the east, and Colleen Long as an alternative, and I so move.
Second.
We have a motion second. Any discussion on those appointments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion passes.
And that concludes nominating.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Item B, report of special committees. Item C, resolutions.
Have one, Mr. Chairman. Dear friend of mine that I've known since I was 14 years old, and just in a few weeks we're going to be honoring him in an event at the Chamber of Commerce, and this is just very personal for me, so I'm submitting this tonight as a resolution to honor my dear friend, Mr. Keith Bilbrey. Keith Bilbrey has been on the radio I got started playing with the Wilmouth Quartet when I was 14, and that's been 55 years ago, and he was at WHUB as a disc jockey then. So just very short tonight, may I read this, Mr. Chairman? Whereas Keith Bilbrey was born in Cookville, Tennessee, to the late Leo and Ethel Bilbrey on August 14, 1952 in Cookville, Tennessee. Whereas Keith Bilbrey began his radio career at the young age of 16 at Cookville radio station WHUB, where he remained for the next 6 years. He became Cookville famous with his on-air personality, and especially with all the Cookville teenagers, and I was one of them. Whereas Keith Bilbrey then began in 1974 at the world-famous Nashville radio station WSM, first as a substitute announcer on WSM-FM, and then as a full-time personality on both AM and FM stations. Throughout his 35-year career, Keith became an iconic voice and fan favorite in the history of this legendary station and on-air personality at WSM TV Channel 4, many of you remember him, in Nashville as the weatherman on the nation's top-rated morning show, The Ralph Emery Show. Whereas Keith Bilbrey began announcing on the world-famous Grand Ole Opry in 1982 and the show Grand Ole Opry Live in 1985. His career has continued with many other announcing positions, Larry's Country Diner on RFD TV and Nashville Country Cooking with his wife, Emmy Jo. Keith currently serves as a studio announcer for Huckabee, a television show on the Trinity Broadcasting Network. Now therefore be it resolved by the County Legislative Body of Putnam County, Tennessee, meeting in regular session on April 15, 2024, that we honor our Cookville native, Keith Bilbrey, and his amazing career, and wish him many more great years of success, and that a copy of this resolution be spread upon the minutes of this meeting. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. All right, election of notaries.
We need a motion to approve.
Well, we can. You should make it. I'll be glad to
We'll
approve
just
it.
put it in there. That'd be great.
We'll get a motion to approve that resolution.
I'll make a
Motion to approve. Second. All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, there you go, Mr. Clerk.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you all very, very much. All right, election of notaries. Here we go. Jamie L. Ashburn, Jason C. Brown, Brittany Catrone, William T. Enix, Alfred Enix, Michael Flatt, Jenny Johnson, Terry L. Lamb, Crystal D. Mayberry, Caitlin Massa, Melise Morton, Margaret Nolan, Jenny L. Parrish, Jana Miller Probe, Lincoln Ragland, Nathaniel Rich, Sandra K. Robbins, Judith Joy Schwartz, Barrett T. Steakley, Kayla A. Tollison, Charlie Trisdale, and last, Ellie Vining.
motion to approve. Second.
We have a motion second. Any discussion on notaries? Whenever you're ready, Mr. Clerk.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have to vote this one. If you'll just take your handsets and press yes for me, that would be awesome. Everybody get, now go ahead and press confirm for me, if you would, ladies and gentlemen, because you always do so great in helping us with these right here. Good deal. Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, I have 23 voting yes and 1 absent. Rolls call. Declare that motion to have passed. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank all of you all very much for that resolution.
Okay, item E, other new business. This doesn't require a motion, but we need to recognize it in the minutes. Recognize the reappointment of David Bush to Delaware Springs Utility District Board term to expire at April 2028. Item number 2, we will hear from Mr. Sam Tays from the Soil Conservation.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, I'm Sam Tays. I'm serving as your chairman on the Putnam County Soil Conservation Service. Know most all of you, but we hadn't been in front of you in a while and thought we just might come up for a meet and greet, just kind of tell you what we do in the county. We're a partnership organization based on helping landowners in the county do conservation practices on their farms and their land. Mr. Rob Halfacre is our district conservationist. He works for the NRCS, the Natural Resource Conservation Service, and USDA. We've got most of our board with us, Mr. Wayne Moss, Miss Angie Glasscock. We're missing Jeremy Whitson, Rusty Chilcutt, and then we have Mr. Kevin Robinson and Miss Latha Fincher. They are your county employees that you guys have graciously hired for us. We have a great partnership. We invite you guys, and y'all are so gracious to attend our banquet in the fall and our appreciation breakfast in the spring, and just want to come by and say thank you for the partnership that we have. Give Rob just a minute to kind of tell you what we've done here in the county.
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate the opportunity to be here, to be in front of you all. So kind of feel like in a similar position to Coach Harrod, right? Somewhat in the driver's seat. I don't think I'm in the driver's seat. I'm normally hanging on to the window, trying not to fall out the driver's side door. But so he talked about the cornerstones. So the Soil and Water Conservation District Board here, the members that are here and those that weren't able to be here, along with the staff that we have, are certainly the cornerstone of what we do. And Lord knows that work doesn't happen with me. That happens kind of on their back. So you'll have a printout here of some of the activities, kind of give you some of the history of how the entities were formed. So certainly won't read through all of this, but want to cover some highlights here. So the Soil Conservation District was originally formed in 1939. Soil Conservation Service, what is now Natural Resource Conservation Service that I work with, was formed in 1935. So one of the earliest districts in the state of Tennessee to be formed was the Putnam County Soil Conservation District, now the Soil and Water Conservation District. So what do we do? It's a unique partnership with some of the federal folks, myself included, working in conjunction with the local Putnam County Soil and Water Conservation District. Those employees were able to secure funding through federal programs and through state programs with the Tennessee Department of Agriculture. So all of these funds are presented to private landowners. These are taxpayer dollars. So these programs and these practices are presented based on environmental benefits. Okay, so that's the justification that we provide to show the environmental benefit to any project that we might propose and seek funding for. These projects are something that the landowner come to us, right? This is a voluntary incentive-based program. We're not a regulatory agency in any way. We don't force anybody to do anything. We have a set of guidelines and standards and specifications for how a specific practice may be implemented. But a landowner or a land manager enters into these agreements voluntarily. So, a big part of the work is certainly with the delivery of these programs. We're very fortunate to be able to work with conservation education, so that at times is with folks like you all, oftentimes with children as well. So we have some events each year. Sam mentioned the banquet and the breakfast that you all are always invited to. So some of the school age events that we do, Farm City Days, and which was just recently held, we partner in that event. We have a poster contest that the district implements to the third graders here in Putnam County. We have a soil tunnel that we'll often go out and set up in classrooms and kind of talk about soil formations and soil health, soil activity. And the Envirothon is an event we'll have some Putnam County teams in on Thursday. So going on down the list, looking at equipment rentals and geotextile sales. So those are some activities that the district has for fundraising to be able, with the funds that are generated there along with donations. So we have the annual meetings, banquets, that sort of stuff. That's where those funds are utilized. And so when we get into kind of some of the assistance programs, that's a big part of kind of our day-to-day activities and what we do. Again, won't kind of read this to you all, but those were some state and federal programs there. So looking at last year, 2023, which was my first year being here, we had right at $690,000 that was brought into the county. So when we think about these dollars, these contracts are awarded to a landowner or a land manager. So those funds are often rolled over 7 times within the community, right? So we have a contract awarded to a landowner. Oftentimes they'll hire a contractor, local contractor, to do that work. They might locally rent equipment to do the work themselves. Oftentimes buying supplies locally, farm supply stores, that sort of thing. And then kind of every step along the way, right, we're normally doing business here as far as groceries, eating, that sort of thing. So those dollars turn over multiple times within the community. And look at technical assistance above and beyond that. So we have technical and financial assistance that we're able to provide to the folks that are in need of that service. So going through the board members there, very, very proud to be able to work with them. The district staff there, so Kevin started with us in August of 22. I started here in September of 22, and then Ms. Latha started in October of 23. So had a little bit of a revolving door there. Mr. Darrell Beeson was my predecessor. A lot of you all probably knew Darrell. So very proud to be here. An advocate for agriculture, live in Putnam County, raised my family here in Putnam County. Proud to be able to farm here in Putnam County, and appreciate the opportunity to be here with you all and explain a little bit about what we do, and would be happy to answer any questions if there are any.
Commission have any questions for Mr. Halfaker? All right. Thank you, Mr. Halfaker.
Thank you. So one thing in closing, we are located, you've got the address there, phone number. If we can be any assistance to any of you all or any of the landowners in your districts, please feel free to share that information. It's, again, we're here to serve the public much as you all are doing in your capacity. So I would appreciate the opportunity to help anybody that may need it.
Thank you. Thank you to the board members and employees that are here. We appreciate your service to our county. Thank you for being here. You're welcome back anytime. Going to announcements and statements. Sheriff Harris wanted to be recognized.
I'll be brief. I just wanted to give you a little bit of update on our new addition. So if construction would have went as to plan, we would be scheduled to be completed by the first week of May. And so that would have put us about middle of June to be moving in. Once the construction is completed and turned over to us, Sheriff's Office IT has some work we got to do. However, Bell Construction has asked for an extension. So we're going to be a little later than that. I think it was 57 days exactly is what they've asked for extension. It's not really due to work. What it's due to is a lot of the equipment that's had to be ordered that's not came in. And we're talking about things that's been ordered for a year and a half, a year, so it's just slow coming in. So that's going to put us probably sometime in July or maybe end of July or first part of August actually moving in and occupying the building. But anyway, everything's all good. It's a great building. It's very impressive. It's beautiful from the outside. Inside's even more impressive with the technology that we have in the building. Very proud of how the thing is coming together. Talk about U.S. Marshals just a minute. I know we talked about that briefly during our last budget meetings before last year. We're within a few dollars of having that contract secured. We've been playing a little bit back and forth, but I'm trying to get every dollar I can out of the U.S. Marshal Service in order to house federal inmates. So we'll do so. I feel confident that that's going to happen. And speaking of inmates, really, when you talk about numbers, probably on the county side of the inmates and maybe a little bit on the state side, we're looking to increase initially about 25% of what we're housing right now, which is really not that much. But then we add the federal inmates on that, and hopefully we're going to be at $70 plus or a little bit more per day. And so we are going to contract with them for 110 beds. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you up to date on that. I also want to report to you that we've now hired 50 of the 60 employees that y'all approved last budget, so I feel confident of that, and we're on track to hopefully get the other 10 hired here shortly, but we've been able to, I feel like, hire some good people to do that, so excited about that. And so we're doing tours constantly. We can only do 15, 18 people at a time. So if you want to schedule a tour, call my executive assistant, Shannon Whitson. Most of y'all know her, so just call and get set up. There's certain days a week that are better. It takes about an hour and 15 minutes to go through it. So please do that. As we get closer, those tours will increase, and at some point we'll have open house for a day or two. So we'll all coordinate on that. But anyway, just want to give you a brief update. I'd be glad to answer any questions if you got any. Yes, sir.
Federal inmates need to be separate from the general population?
No, they will not. They will be integrated in with the population. These are pretrials, so they're non-sentenced. So, yeah, no, they'll be integrated in. We're contracting for 100 male beds and 10 female beds. So, as I told you before, the U.S. Marshal in the Middle District, which is Nashville, the U.S. Marshal in the Eastern District, both are good friends of mine. Actually, the federal population's down a little bit right now, so we will get inmates, make no mistake about that. It may be a little while once we start the process before we're actual full with 100 or 110 inmates, so it may be a while for that, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Anything else? Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you.
All right, I have two announcements. We have a budget committee meeting immediately following the commission meeting in this room. So budget committee members, stick around. It'll be brief. We're going to elect officers. And the last thing I want to say is, I know we recognized him before the meeting, but Chief, it's been a proud honor to stand by you the last 10 years, sit by you in the commission meeting, and I'm proud of the job you've done for the town of Baxter, and you've made our town better. I thank God for you, Danny Holmes. I appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
All right.
Baxter's lost.
Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
We are adjourned.